Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of God Concept. I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. First things first, get the likes, the shares, and them subscribes up. I need them likes, I need them subscribes, man. I need y'all to rock with me. Not only that, any brands, businesses, if you need promotion, no matter how big or small, come to God Concept. We got space for you here on the channel. Like I said, it's going to be a quick joint. This ain't going to be no long, drawn-out podcast and all that. This is purely for brands and businesses and interviews. If you want to do an interview with me, or if you want to, have me on your show, or you want to be on my show, whatever, come through. I got time. I got space for you. You know what I mean? This is my avenue. This is what I'm doing to you know what I mean? To keep busy in this crazy ass world we live in today, with so much going on. This is what we doing. This is where it's at. This is the avenue I'm taking. Now, I can't really talk too much about brands and promotions, you know what I mean? And trying to get business in on that avenue if I'm not promoting my own merchandise or my own product. So what I have music, I have books, and I have this podcast. First book I ever did was One Leap of Faith. One Leap of Faith is available on Amazon Kindle. If you want to go check it out, it's on sale now on Amazon Kindle. One Leap of Faith is basically a book. It's just pure motivation, pure inspiration. It's just that book that gets you up and lets you realize that it's possible if you take that one leap of faith. If you're willing to bet on yourself and go for what you know. You know what I mean? Now also, besides One Leap of Faith, I also have the book Morals and Values. That book was intended for my children, to teach them proper morals and values. Now, I took that concept and what I did was I made it for everybody. You know what I mean? Instead of like making a memoirs book about morals and values and just having it for my children, I knew that there were more children in this world who needed guidance, who needed morals and values, who don't have that father figure or that mother figure in their life to teach them proper morals and values. So I figured I would put a book together to drop off in some of the daycares and some of the foster homes and some of the places where there were childs of need of morals and values. You know what I mean? Anytime you have a society where you have drug addicts as parents, and anytime you have a society where parents are just absent or going through their thing, or your father's locked up, or your mother's going through what she going through, you need proper morals and values. So that book was intended for that. Then we have Nature Features. That book was in memorial. That book is in memorial to my grandmother, to not only my grandmother, to everybody living life. The title of Nature's Features says it all. It's about the features of nature. You know what I mean? It's about the things that we see on a daily basis that we don't understand. It tackles different concepts on reality and what is reality, religion and what is religion, our belief system, our cultural differences, how we see eye to eye with one another. It talks about a lot. And I believe that you will love it. If you actually dived into this book, you will love it. It's a great read. It's not a hard read. All my books are easy reads. You know what I mean? Because I don't try to come off to be some super intelligent person. You know what I mean? I do have intellect. I am spiritually intelligent. I am mentally intelligent. But I don't like to drown out what I know with too much intelligence. I don't try to be over the top with the big words and everything. I wanted this to be an easy read so everybody could pick up this book. Anybody from any age bracket, any demographic background or whatever, you can pick this book up and read it. You know what I mean? Now, Course of My Life, which is right here behind me. Course of My Life is just that. You know, it gives you a peek into what I've been through as a child, as a father, as a husband. It gives you a peek into what I'm going through as an entrepreneur, as a person just living life. You know what I mean? We're all human and we all live this life and we all have a story to tell. So this is just a portion of my story. The Course of My Life will be a series because it talks about good times and bad times. And it's just, it relates. It hits with everybody. It hits with anybody who lived a life or have a story to tell that hasn't told their story. It hits with them. It touches base. It touches home with them. So, you know, if you want to go check it out, all my books are available on all book markets right now, currently. Except for the exception of Morals and Values and One Leap of Faith. Those two titles are only available on Amazon Kindle. Only available on Amazon Kindle. So you have to go to Amazon Kindle, pick those books up. But Nature's Features in the Course of My Life is available on Barnes & Noble, Google Play Books, and Amazon Kindle. So you get the, you know what I mean? You can go view it, stream it, download it anywhere. That was a little hard to get through because I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little sliz right now. To be honest with you, I'm sliz. I'm feeling good. I'm grooving. Um, you know, that's neither here nor there, but I'm gonna get back to this promotion thing. On the other side of things, I'm dealing with the music. I got an album that I'm working to release right now. I'm working to release this album right now. I'm working to get my production to the point where I want it, to the point where everybody could understand and hear and really vibe with my music. You know what I mean? Everybody has a different process. And me going through a lot of things, my process is slowly developing. It's already there. I got the blueprint. I just got to implement it into my music. And I got to actually go about doing the things that I have to do with my music. I have the talent. I have the ability. I have everything I need. I might not have the proper equipment that I need at the moment. I might not have everything to my full, you know, the best of the best, you know, basically. But I do have what I have, and I'm using what I have to do the best I can to develop better and better music, to not perfect, but to aim for proficiency in my craft. You know what I mean? In the craft of music. You know what I mean? Because it's not only my craft, it's all of your craft. If you want to pick up and do music, if you have a song in your heart that you want to sing and let out to the world, that's for you to do. You know, God put that on you to do. The Creator put that on your heart to do. So if you have that in you, if you have it in you to create music or books or podcasts or whatever that is, if you just have a message for the world, you know, and you want to convey it in a musical format, then that's for you to do. Here I go again trying to sound intelligent. I'm not trying to sound intelligent. I am intelligent. But the whole thing is, I just want to let people know that the music is popping. And I got new albums coming out. Well, one new album coming out that I'm trying to drop now. If the labels that I'm dealing with allows me. You know, what I'm noticing is a lot of our labels, they really not try to, but they kind of hold us back in a way. You know, it's a good thing because it gives me a chance to refine and do things better. You know, at the same time, it stifles me because I want to release my music when I want to release my music. And when they, have a window of so many days or weeks or months until they release your music, that means your music's not getting heard. So unless my music is getting heard, it's like I'm not creating any music, right? So I'm trying to do a thing where I'm creating music to be a constant release, a constant slow release of music. So when I get in the groove of releasing music, it'll come out, bam, this song this week, bam, this song this week, boom, this song this month. So it's a constant grind. And with the podcast, man, with the podcast, it's just, I think this is the number 28 episode. If you, depending on if you're watching on YouTube, this is video number 28. If you're listening on Spotify or any other podcast platform, I think this is episode like 34, 35. So it's rolling along. It's coming along, really well. I always have something to talk about. I always have something interesting to talk about. Not only that, it's just real life. My podcast is real life. The concept of things that I actually go through in life. The concept of things that a lot of you go through in life. We face so many adversities and different things like that. We have a lot of podcasts out there that talk about others' lives. Other people's lives that may already have a platform or may have some type of fame or things like that. And a lot of people can't relate to what they go through, or sometimes you just want to see yourself in those shoes, so you watch those podcasts. When I watch podcasts, it's more so political or entertainment driven, and it's all entertainment driven, but it's just a different type of entertainment. For me, I look at a podcast for people in their craft. You know what I mean? I look at podcasts like Joe Rogan Concept, like Math Hoffa. He got My Expert Opinion, um, Drink Champs. I look at these podcasts to see people that's in their craft, that's doing their thing in avenues that I'm doing my thing in as well, and I want to pick up some jewels and some pointers and different point of views and see what they've been through on their road to actually achieving, the success that they have achieved in that field. So that's why I watch podcasts. A lot of people watch podcasts just because it's a hot podcaster. He might got a lot of viewers and shit like that. He might have been game streaming and stuff like that. And it's no slight. You know what I mean? I love to see everybody win. There's no slight at all when I say that. But it's just some podcasts don't resonate with me. Like my son, he loved the guy Kai Cena. The bull Kai, Mr. Beast, and all these different podcasters. And they do podcasts a little differently. Their podcasts are more like vlogs. You know what I mean? It's not like a real podcast. It's like a game stream or a, a vlog about their life, or not even about their life, about things that they're doing just to, put it on there and promote their stream. They don't even call it a podcast. They call it a stream. So I don't look at certain people that I watch, that I see on YouTube that are huge. I don't look at them as podcasters. Some of them are game streamers who flip their stream into something like a podcast, where it's really like a vlog, a video log, or blog about what they're doing to entertain people on YouTube or on Twitch or on these social media platforms and things like that. A podcast is where you're actually having conversations, intellectual conversations, funny conversations, entertaining conversations about many different things. A true podcast takes you everywhere. It don't just, or everywhere in the realm of what they're talking about. It don't just sometimes your podcast isn't going to be fun or funny or whatever like that. Sometimes your podcast is going to be very serious and to the point, you know what I mean, of what you're trying to convey to your audience, about a topic that's real and that's, something that we're dealing with every day. That's why I take my podcast seriously in a way. I try to do the best job that I can do possible. You know, um, trying to you know gain proficiency in this craft in this avenue, that I'm exploring. So with that being said, I take on more. I'm starting to take on more interviews, things like that. I want to interview people. I want to have people interview me for their podcast as well. I want it to be a steady stream of back and forth of what I can do for your podcast and what I can do on your podcast and promote myself on your platform. And I also want to give people space to give their message across on my podcast. I don't want it to be purely about me, although it hasn't been about me unless I'm talking about things in my personal life, and there's a lot of that. But I try to talk on topics or speak about topics that's about everybody, things that can help everybody, about motivation, about inspiration, about politics and things like that, lighthearted banter about many different things. And you know that's that's my thing. I don't want my podcast to be just one type of people viewing my podcast. I want people from all over, different walks of life, different minds, different mindsets, different ways of thinking and things like that. I want you to have a full array of not just entertainment, of just, you know what I mean, conversations that can make you think, conversations that make you see things differently, conversations that shed light on my situation and many other situations out there. You know, so that's what it's about. And I don't just want to be on my podcast, because for me to be truly successful, I do have to venture with other people. I do have to, get with other people and things like that. And through all that I went through all that I've been through, and I'm continuously going through, I'm still willing to actually, meet up with people and things like that. I'm not a scary motherfucker. I'm not on that type of shit. I'm an investigator. I'm a journalist. I'm a blogger. I'm a living human being. I'm an artist, and that being said, I have to get used to actually being in front of this camera and doing these type of things, and pouring my heart out to not just my family members or my community, because really I feel like they don't give a fuck anyway. So I gotta pour my heart out into the internet, into this space, into this area, because I feel like I can really connect and get more passion and have more people see what I'm going through and empathize with me and sympathize with me and understand that, we all need help at times. We all going through things. We all going through something at the moment. You know what I mean? Whether that be big or whether that be small, we all need each other in a way. So, this is my way of getting my voice heard, letting my truth be known to the masses, because my truth is your truth. Your truth is my truth. What I go through, a lot of people has been through. What I face, a lot of people face. And it's just not one sided. Because a person could tell their story, or they can have another person tell that story for them, and it'll never be the full story if you're not telling it for yourself. That's why I actually explored this, avenue of doing music, of doing podcasts, of writing books, because I want my story to be told by me and not nobody else. Because other people could fabricate and lie about whatever they want to. But yeah, this is that. I'm done. This is just a quick podcast. Just, letting you guys know. Yeah, check me out. Please like, share, and subscribe to God Concept. Check out the music. Check out the books. Do I got anything else to say? I know what else I got to say. See, that's why it's important for me to think. Any brands or businesses, if you want me to promote your brand or your business in any type of way, I don't care how small or big your brand or business is, holla at me. Shout me out on social media. Send me an email. You can call me up too. I'm easy to find. I'm not hiding nowhere. So please, brands and businesses, reach out to me if you have something that you want me to review. If you have a product new, if you just want to talk about your product or anything, we could do an interview about it. We could talk about it on my podcast, or you know what I mean. And my podcast will be broadcasted on social media. Not only on social media, on Rumble, on YouTube, on every platform, every podcast platform. So what I'm offering is a genuine user base. You know what I mean? A genuine following. You know what I mean? People that follow me, they tend to follow me everywhere. People that listen to me, they tend to listen everywhere. So, the little audience that I have, I do offer it to you. And that audience is constantly growing. I'm constantly growing. I'm constantly evolving in my artistry in every way. So join me at God Concept Podcast so I can promote your brands and businesses. And also, um, if you want to do interviews, if you want to come on my podcast and have me on your podcast, I'm more than welcome to do so. So, the I'm open for everything. Doors are open, wide open, exploring all opportunities and avenues. So thank you for listening to God Concept Podcast. I've been your host, Mr. Pagan. You have a blessed night. Peace.